It's Mission Radio here in Dublin ahead of KSW 40, sitting alongside Irish MMA pioneer and veteran Chris "The Killing Fields." It's not The Killing Fields anymore though, is it?
It's the Housewife's Choice now. I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't mind being called the Housewife's Choice on the mic coming out, but I want to perform like The Killing. I have that little streak back in me where I want to hurt people.
When did that come back in?
I don't know why it left for a little while. I think there was a little point somewhere maybe around like 2013, 2014 where I started kind of almost falling out of love with the sport a little bit. And then like that feel like since opening my own place and having my son and all, I kind of feel like this is what I want to do. I do it just because I love it now. I don't need to do it. I have like 2 other businesses that will pay my rent and keep me going, so I don't need to fight for money. I don't need to do it for anything other than the purity of fighting, which is great, you know.
Were you missing that before?
I had it, probably lost it a little bit and then found it again, you know. Maybe I went looking for it again, I don't know. I think like I did the tough thing, and I think like that kind of fucking swallowed me up a little bit. I didn't like it. I didn't like the attention after him. I didn't like anything about it. I thought it was just weird. That whole side of things a little bit weird. The media side of things, not as in the actual media, as in like, I don't know, people stop me in the street and all. I always found that fucking weird, man. I punch people in the face for a living. It's hardly like an impressive job. You know, you're literally down there with prostitutes, like you're the lowest of the low. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. Yeah, but hey, you know, that's what it is. Yeah, it's still a sport.
So like the media, like you're staying there for the media aspect. Like before the UFC, before Conor, before Norman got into the UFC, there was Ash Daly, there was Chris Fields. Like you were like the trendsetters in SBG before everyone, and you were getting like media attention before everyone else. And like, talk about that ride before Conor came around. Like.
Yeah, well, like it was obviously on a much smaller scale. You know, it was impressive to be on the radio. You know, to be brought on the radio to talk. Like the fact someone would have you on and talk, it was impressive. Like I remember, like stuff being in newspapers, Pete Carroll putting stuff in newspapers, and like that was impressive that you were in the mirror. Now it's like there's something every week about MMA. I think there's a regular slot now, you know. So it just like that Conor just exploded. Conor is massive. Like he's like David Beckham or something. Like it's weird because people probably go because I love fighting, I'd love to be Conor, or I don't know how I'm glad it's Conor because I think he's the only person I know that could actually handle what goes on and what way his life is. I couldn't deal with that shit.
We've seen that with Irish fighters and SBG fighters in particular, that they kind of because Conor is so famous, that everyone like kind of like wants a piece of Conor and wants a piece of everyone around them. Like, yeah. Have you felt more interest from media like regarding yourselves? Yeah,
look, he generally comes up in the conversation, you know. It doesn't really bother me.
Like now?
Yeah, but like, no, I mean as in more, oh, you train with Conor McGregor, you know, so, you know, but like you're talking to people that wouldn't know much about MMA, they'd be like, oh yeah, you train with Conor McGregor, and like, it's what's he like, you know. But it doesn't really bother me because I came up with Conor, so I'm happy, I'm glad he is where he is, I'm delighted for him, he deserves it, you know. Like, it's like I can see guys coming up, and not only from SBG, from everywhere, trying to mimic him and be like him, and you know, I don't know if that's the best role. It's something I told, I said all my fighters around, I said, look man, you're not Conor, and you're never going to be Conor. You know what I mean? Like, so there's only ever going to be one of them, so you just try and be you and be the best you can be, you know. So yeah, I find that I think people are starting to get the idea that wearing suits and acting a certain way is what got him where it got him, instead of the amazing skill set and the hard work, you know.
I help having the skill set and the suits and everything that he is.
Yeah, you have the skill set and the suits, you're doing all right, right? You know, you're doing all right.
Yeah, so moving on to your fight this weekend, you're fighting at KSW, obviously kind of like based on Pride sort of promotion. Is fighting for the likes of KSW excite you?
Yeah, well, I would have been a massive Pride fan, like a massive fan of Japanese MMA in general. I loved the show of it and all that kind of stuff. I loved the kind of respect that the crowd gave during the fights. You never heard stupid chants or any of this kind of stuff. It was like almost eerily silent. But I'm well excited. I'm really happy with how we're being treated. And if I'm being completely honest, I've always had my finger on the pulse with MMA. Probably more so than I get slagged for being like an encyclopedia. I was a fanboy before I was a fighter. Like I paid a lot of attention to KSW, a lot of fights. I watched a lot of fights that came through. I watched pretty much everything Kaladov did, but I really didn't realise how big it was till I was signed to them. Like, they're massive. it's like it's way bigger than I assumed. I thought it was big. I knew they did good numbers and all, but I just didn't assume it was that big.
You mentioned Khalidov there. You were a middleweight. You stepped up to light heavyweight. Would you consider dropping in the middleweight to face him?
The only guy, but I probably realised during this cut I'd probably have to saw a leg off now. I don't think I can go back there. At this moment in time, I'm about 98 kilos to make 93. So I'd actually have to be 8 kilos lighter than this before cutting any water. I don't think there's that. I think I grew up. I let myself grow. Like he's the only guy I'd try my heart out to get to middleweight.
Or catchweight.
Or I'd love a catchweight. I think he's a phenomenal fighter. It's nothing like I hope people don't think this is me having a pop at him, and I think he's phenomenal. That's why I want to fight him. You know what I mean? I'd love to fight Anderson Silva too. I think like he's one of the best guys ever. So I'd like to fight him.
Excellent. But you're not fighting him this weekend. No. You're fighting Fijałka.
Yeah. Michał Fijałka, I think it's pronounced. Michał Fijałka, as I call. Yeah. Michał. Yeah, Michał. Kind of short, stocky, kind of aggressive fighter. Looks to come forward a lot. You know, he's quite experienced. But I think he kind of suits my style. I think it's going to make for an exciting fight for a round or so. But it looks like he gasses. So
what's the prediction?
I think I'll finish in the second round. I think it's submission.
Not using the elbows, no?
I'd definitely use the elbows, but he'll turn over and show me something then. I know, elbows. I just think that I can keep a pace that light heavyweights can't keep. I think, you know, whenever people saw me fight at middleweight, I was always the aggressor, always the one pushing the pace. But I was cutting ridiculous weight, killing myself. I know, well, people go, well, you never looked the biggest guy. But I was a foot taller than everyone else. You know, I was kind of skinny and tall, so I know I can keep a pace that he just can't keep. And I know that most light heavyweights can't keep it, and they'll gas, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out and set a pace, set a tone.
Yeah, not looking past this fight. I know fighters don't like to look past their next opponent. But would you have one eye on the KSW light heavyweight title?
Always. If I'm fighting an organisation, I want to be their champion. That's the plan. Why else are you there? You know what I mean? Like I said, they treat me really well. I'd be delighted to be their champion, and it'd kind of be a nice little box tick for me. You know, so massive promotion like that, being the champ.
Excellent. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.